Hey everybody, Sarah at Nova Motorcycles again. So this week we're talking Ducatis and Ducati 900 SSs to be exact. This one here is a late 70s replica of a 900 SS built from a more tame touring bike, but built to a very accurate replica. This is a Bevel Drive. This is the very first Ducati twin. This is the architecture of it. 73 Ducati came out with the 750 GT and then the SS soon after. And this architecture they're still using to this day, called the L twin. Some people call it a V twin, but it's shaped just like an L, 90 degrees. Front cylinder laying down, rear cylinder kicked back just a little bit. This is the first ones they called a Bevel Drive. It uses a rotating shaft that comes up and has a bevel gear that drives a single cam and the famous Ducati Desmo valve train. So step up to a slightly more modern bike. We have a 1996 Ducati 900 SS. Still a 900 SS. A lot of the same roots of this, L twin 900cc. Whereas that one put out probably the high 50s horsepower. This is pushing around 80, depending on where you check, where you measure it and who you want to impress with it. Not the most powerful bikes of their day, but really exciting to ride, sport bikes for sure. The main change engine-wise was that the cams, instead of being bevel-driven, are now belt-driven. So some people call them the rubber band engines. Still a single overhead cam, still with the famous Desmo valve gear. Really neat, really fun to ride. Made famous partially by Hunter Thompson in his article, The Song of the Sausage Creature, where he pushes one to its limits. If you haven't read it, look it up. Some of us have all met the sausage creature at one point or another. Otherwise, technically, this was an era when Ducati was really pushing their dominance in the world superbike racing. So this is not a race bike per se. It's actually a sport touring bike, but it's one that can be ridden really fast and has a lot of dominating sport features on it, and was able to be competitive against Japanese stuff despite being lower in horsepower. Has all sorts of goodies on it, and I'll let Pete take over and talk about the details on these things.
Yeah, so this is a really interesting 96 model, which had some frame issues that were on recall. This one doesn't appear to have those frame issues. And you can see this is called it's got the full body, the full fairing on it, versus our very own Ducati 900 SS up on the wall up here, which is called the CR version, which is the, it has the smaller fairing on that. Now this customer's bike is sort of like a special edition, and it has carbon fiber front and rear fenders, and it has the aluminum swing arm, which is an upgrade from the lower cost version CR, which is what we have, which has a steel swing arm and just normal plastics on the fenders. So really interesting bikes. The CR is actually my bike, and I love that bike. It's one of the best sounding bikes I've ever heard. It's a terrific bike, and that's why it's kind of up here. It needs some work to it, and we figured it's going to be living up here until we're ready to do a complete rebuild. We want to sort of do a Nova build on it, and it'll be probably our first fully Nova. There's no customer; it's just us deciding all the options that we want to do. So that'll come down when we're ready to start that, and we'll be excited to do that. And in the meantime, check out these 900 SSs. They're becoming really popular. There's some Bring a Trailer auctions recently that went much higher than I was expecting. And it's a good reason, because they're, for a 90s bike, they're still an amazing looking motorcycle. One of the few 90s styled bikes that I think still holds up to this day. So if you are interested in Ducatis or other Italian bikes or other European bikes, then let us know. And if you have ridden these or heard these, especially, this is an amazing sounding motorcycle, then drop a comment or like and subscribe this video, and we'll keep talking about Italian stuff. So thanks.